Hi, guys. It's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. We made it to Monday. Yes. I love when I say that. So I have to start our stream off today with the worst of the worst. It's the worst part of doing these streams. Jay, our loving Jay, that we miss so dearly. We just found out why we haven't seen Jay in a while. Jay was real sick. Um, and I don't know what she was sick with, but she was fighting something, and she did pass away November 3rd. So I feel so bad for Jay's family. We know how much we loved her, and so if you want to leave a comment, this is the link to her obituary. She will be so missed. Yeah, her family. You can plant a tree, but you leave a message, leave a comment. Her family can see how much we loved her. So how do we move on from that? We'll always remember Jay. We will. Fozzie posted a screenshot somewhere, I can't remember where, of him in the poker room with Jay. Oh. So also look in Discord in general and read what Kelly wrote about Veterans Day. I think everybody needs to read that. And everybody for your service, thank you. And the family members, they are not in service, but man, they give up a lot too. A lot. Drunken, I thought you became a member yesterday. I thought I remembered that from yesterday. But thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I have a members only video coming out today. Yes, I do. I have to get through Judge Fleischer's courtroom first. And then I have a members only video, which usually means it's the content in my members only video is more not family friendly court, because it's court. I see all kinds of things when I look at these videos. Yeah, Fozzie. Fozzie's going through a nightmare. Today is just not a good day for Fozzie. But we all got to stick together. Go into chat, go into Discord and talk. I didn't leave Discord for an entire day just to make sure, that one person who was having a real bad day always had an ear until they said they were going to bed. I stayed awake. I stayed in Discord. I didn't leave for a second. But there's always someone in Discord to talk to. If you need to talk to someone, even if it's about cooking an apple pie or something, anything, just to get you through the next 10 minutes. All right. I don't know. Court videos. I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get myself there. But I am going to play court videos because Jay loved court videos a lot. So of course I'm going to play court videos. And Fozzie, we are all here for you. And I talked to CJ. She's not going to charge you. So you can talk to her all you want. She's not going to charge you a dime this time, but just this time. And Maiko, I will cut her. I will cut her right now. I will drive to wherever you tell me it is, and I will cut her. I love Fozzie too. Oh, sugar. Fozzie, apparently I lied. Um, also on a brighter note, I want to go to a brighter note. Randy, we are also praying for your friend. I don't know what's going on with your friend, but I don't know. It's been a rough week. If you need to talk about your friend, you go into Discord. Speaking of Discord, there's a new channel in Discord that Micah thought up, and it's really, really, really cool. So all of us have all these great big life stories that we don't know about. Um, things have happened in our family and our past to us, to our friends, and they're big stories. Like I met President Carter, we built a house together. Something that we've done that goes into that. Go tell your story. Go tell stories of your story in Discord on the channel called something Life Stories. I know because I named it, but it was all Micah's idea, and we want to hear. We want to know everybody better. I mean, we're all here in chat, and we talk about our family, and we talk about this and that and this and that, but we have you guys would die if you heard my story. We could all, and I'm sure I would die if I heard a bunch of your stories, especially like, I don't know, for instance, if you were like swimming in an ocean and your bathing suit washed away. Those are great stories. Randy, I'm so sorry. God, 15. I'm, that's so sad. Man, come into Discord and talk if you need to. Um, I don't know if Fuzzy's here today. I don't know. But we'll see. If he comes, he comes. All right. I'm going to move on with court videos. These are all in honor of Jay, of course. I hope the sound is okay. I didn't edit the sound. Where do I begin? This one is where I begin.
First hear from the defense on
new judges today. We got some old judges today, and we got some new judges today, and we're going to end with Monday, Fleischer. We're going to end with Fleischer from Monday. Last Monday, not today, Monday, because it hasn't happened yet.
Judge, I am requesting a personal confidence bond or a bond significantly below the scheduled bond for this case. Obviously, the schedule is determined by the fact that it is a class 4 felony allegation. Although the conduct alleged within, well, I'm sure the court has concerns regarding it, is not actually conduct in which an officer was injured. It rather had to do with spitting at an officer, essentially, is what the allegation in the affidavit is.
I've been seeing a ton of these. This kid is 19 years old. And the way he acts, I mean, we don't get to see it, of course. I'm sure there's going to be body cam if he goes to trial, but the way he acts, the way 19-year-olds act nowadays is completely unacceptable. Y'all be sure to take your veterans to Texas Roadhouse today. Yes, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Free steak dinner to them, or a voucher if they want to have one later. So, I went. I did that. So I used to go dancing every Friday night at the American Legion before I started working at the brewery. And I'm trying to say this in the nicest possible way. Usually the dances at the American Legion were elderly. There was a lot of elderly. There was not too many. I'm not saying I'm young, but I was like a baby there. People came in with oxygen masks and walkers and canes. There's lots of canes. There's lots of elderly. Um, and just because, so I love to dance. I dance all the time. I dance all night at work. I love music. I love to move to the music. It makes me feel good. So I would go to these dances on Friday night and single. It was just me. Well, I mean, I had a group of friends there. I had a big group of friends there, but I wasn't with anybody. I was just with my group of friends. And often there were elderly single gentlemen there, who could barely stand up out of their chair. But they wanted to dance. They wanted to be a part of it. They came to enjoy themselves. So I danced with them always. I would go up to their chair, not now, come on, guys. I mean, right beside their chair. So if they had to sit down right away, they could. Um, but I would dance with all of them, all of them who wanted to dance. They would ask me, they would come up and ask me, will you dance with me? Hell yeah, I'll dance with you. Um, so I met some really, really good friends, because we would chat while we're dancing, and a lot of them are vets. So I love to go to Longhorn with them on Veterans Day and take pictures of me um, with them. Almost every single one of them that I've taken to Longhorn since then has passed away. They're no longer around. But I have this memory of me and the vet getting their free steaks at Longhorn. I loved it. Well, one time it was Olive Garden. He wanted Olive Garden, so we went to Olive Garden. Whatever. Oh, Charlotte's here. Bonjour. Yeah. So take a vet to get a steak. Yes, yes, yes.
Which I think is substantively different than almost every second degree assault charge in terms of risk of injury. What I can tell you first, Mr. Roca is 19 years old. He has no previous contact with the judicial system. I see an FDA list on the CPAT. I could not find the source of that. There's not a case associated with it whatsoever. So I don't know where that comes from. And from what I can see, he's never had a prior case before. He's just started a new job doing landscaping work. He rents a place in Aurora. He's from Colorado. His family is here, and he helps take care of that family as well. He has a grandmother who has 2 broken legs, and he drives her around, gets her to appointments, etc. He's also on ADHD medication he's not able to access in the jail. I note that he's listed as CPAT full risk category 2, and obviously if he was older, 15 of those points would go away. It'd be CPAT risk category 1, and that's just based off that, let alone the fact that this list that he doesn't contribute to residential payments, which is not correct. He rents a place in Aurora. So given all of that, I think even the CPAT risk category 2 is not quite accurate. I think it's really a CPAT risk category 1. And while noting the nature of the offense, he has a lack of criminal history and is very young. I'm asking the court to give him a chance in the community. I think the major concerns of the case could also be alleviated with SRP or moderate sobriety. Thank you.
Thank you. From the people?
People would object to a personal recognizance bond. This charge does come from spitting on the officers. However, reviewing the affidavit, he also attempted to kick the Corporal Little. He also told the officers in the vehicle while he was kicking and punching the window, saying that he knew what they looked like and he was going to kill all of them and hunt them down. I think that this is really concerning behavior, and a personal recognizance bond is not appropriate.
19-year-olds are not entitled to say things like that. They are not. If you guys have a 19-year-old, go berate them or take their Xbox or something and let them know they are not entitled to say things like that.
Thank you. Court has heard arguments of counsel as well as reviewed Mr. Roca's pretrial services report and the allegations in the affidavit. Do note he has a lack of criminal history. He is quite young at 19 years old. It is arguably not the most aggravated second-degree assault given the nature of the allegations, but the behavior is certainly concerning for community safety in general. Given all of that, the court is going to set bond at $2,000.
Nope, go berate her. Go yell at her for something. Just to let her know that at any moment in time, she can be yelled at. I'm going to go yell at all of mine.
Cash for surety. That will be
I don't know if Ozzy's going to show up today. I don't know. He's having a bad day.
conditioned, sir, upon your compliance with the supervised release program and monitored sobriety. Your next court date is going to be in Division 3 on November 6th for return filing of charges at 1:30 p.m.
And I apologize, that case number was 24 CR.
3430.
Thank you.
So this is your next court date.
Your Honor, can you call the next, please?
Call who next?
EACA.
Court is next calling Tiffany Senna, case 24 CR 3428. First hear from the defense on bond.
Your Honor, I would first note that Ms. Senna is a native to Colorado. Her CPAC category risk score is a 1. Obviously, that's the lowest number that we have. She does not reside with the alleged victim in this case. As I understand it, this location of this incident is actually Ms. Senna's home. I would also note that it looks like, according to the pretrial report, there's an FTA in 2018, although I wasn't able to find a failure to appear in 2018 for the only case that's identified in 2018. She does have no employment at this time. She does also have housing through Section 8, which I would indicate to the court is obviously she's struggling financially in the community. She does indicate she has transportation in which to come to court. And I would note that she has a broken arm and a cut finger. I think there's a lot of issues at play in this particular case since she suffered some significant injuries. What's concerning to me about that is that while she was seen at the hospital before coming to court, she didn't receive any of her discharge paperwork. She is only being administered Tylenol. That is not really addressing the amount of pain that she's experiencing at this time. I understand these allegations are serious, but I do think there's a number of issues at play. Specifically, it sounds like Ms. Senna was asking this person to leave her residence, and that person was refusing to do so. I would also note that she has 5 children in the community, although 2 of them are with her, and she provides financial support to those 2 minor children. We are asking the court to consider a PR bond, or alternatively, we would ask the court to consider a $1,000 cash or surety bond. My main concern, Judge, is that I don't know that she's really getting the medical attention and care that she needs, and it's not going to be addressed very well in this setting. So we're asking for her release on a PR bond.
Thank you. From the people?
People would object to a PR bond in this case. In reading the affidavit, it looks like this person was being asked to leave while he was going to the bathroom. And Ms. Senna then proceeded to stab or cut him with a knife. It looks like she had slurred speech when she was speaking with officers. The victim refused to fill out the DV case summary form, but it does appear that substances may have been involved. People would ask the court to consider the seriousness of this case and set bond according to the schedule, as well as order monitored sobriety and SRP.
Thank you. Ms. Senna, as part of this case, I am issuing a mandatory protection order for the protection of Michael, date of birth 4/4/89. This is governed by the Brady Handgun Violence Prevention Act. I'm checking boxes 1 through 7 and 8B. So this is a full no contact order for the protection of Mr. Hall. It's also an allegation of domestic violence. So during this order, you shall not possess, purchase, or control a firearm, weapon, or any ammunition. If you have those items, you must relinquish them and file an affidavit with the court noting you've done so. If you do not have those items, you can sign that affidavit there at the jail. Box 7 states you shall not possess or consume alcoholic beverages or controlled substances. As it relates to bond, the court has heard arguments of counsel, reviewed Ms. Senna's pretrial services report and the allegations in the affidavit. I think balancing the serious nature, aggravated nature of the allegations in the affidavit with Ms. Senna's lack of substantial criminal history at her age, the court is going to set bond at $5,000 cash or surety. It will be conditioned, ma'am, upon your compliance with the supervised release program and monitored sobriety. Your next court date will be in Division 3 on November 6th for return filing of charges at 1:30 p.m. And I will appoint the public defender to represent Ms. Senna if she remains in custody.
Hey, big booty, how are ya?
Good morning, Mr. Serrano. You're before the court on two matters. The first is Gilpin County 24M177. It's a failure to appear with a bond set at $200 cash only. You also have Adams County 22T869.
Oh,
Ma'am,
sorry.
You also have Adams County 22T8695. In that matter, bond has been set at $250 cash only. Your next court date will be in Division R on November 12th for a disposition at 1:30 p.m. And we will alert Gilpin County that you're in Adams County custody.
I don't even know what Gilpin is. I don't remember that charge. I have memory loss, but not only that, I don't think that one was me.
I have memory loss, but even if I didn't have memory loss, that wasn't me because I would remember. Don't worry, hi Casey, this little spinning thing only lasts for another second. And my son is streaming, so I don't know why he's starting to do this at 4:30 now, but that's usually what happens when you're a parent.
Some girls been using my name. I have a juvenile record because of her. And also I think something else because of her.
Well, ma'am, I do see that there is a case there in Gilpin County. I do not have any authority over Gilpin County. We're here in Adams County. So I can't do anything about the Gilpin County case other than alert Gilpin County that you're in our custody.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. I wish you luck. Roderick Scott.
Yes, can we pass that one, Your Honor?
Please on the recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, this
Huh? Does he what? I don't understand. Oh, is it French? Are you speaking French? Maybe Charlotte can answer that. Kids don't pay for anything. And if they do pay, it costs me more somehow. For somehow, some way, if they help out, I'm paying more. Somehow. But that's all right. Because Judge Reese is about to give us some wise words, maybe. I don't know, Judge. Tell us what to do. We're falling apart in this chat today. It's going crazy.
was a situation with a GBI confidential informant set up on May 20th of 2022. The GBI set up for a CI buy from the defendant for 2 ounces of methamphetamine. This occurred at the Shoney's Park.
Marty, Kelly said you had good news. We surely could use that, and I missed it. So can you say it again, please?
Parking lot while the agents were surveilling the buy. The CI bought 2 bags of suspected methamphetamine for $800 from the defendant. The defendant was arrested on the arrest warrant on February 28th of 2023. In the interview post Miranda, he admitted to selling methamphetamine for about 20 years and that he himself was an addict as well. And the substances did come back from the crime lab as positive for methamphetamine in an amount of 1.026 grams. That's all they tested.
All right. And what's his prior record?
His prior record, he has 50 cycles.
Ooh.
Let's see.
How do you get 50 cycles? Okay, let's think this through. I get it. All right, so if you're driving drunk and you're a felon and you have an open container and you have a gun and you have a bag of weed, right? You get pulled over for running a red light, okay? All right, that just happened. You are a felon, You're driving drunk, you have an open container, you have weed, you have a gun, and you get pulled over because you ran a red light. All right? Okay. Is that six cycles, or is that one cycle? Or, I mean, I'm sure some of those are going to get dismissed, like the running the red light. The reason he got pulled over, that'll get dismissed. But he's still a felon carrying a gun. What bio? Anyway, is that 6 cycles, or is that 1 cycle, or maybe 3 max? I'm guessing it's like 3 max, right? So how do you get 50 cycles? Because how old might he be? 60. Let's say he's 60. I mean, he probably isn't not 60, but okay, it sounds like a count. Is every single count a cycle? Tell you why I asked this. My sister, she had 99 counts of burglary in one. She burglarized like 3 or 4 houses on my street, and they charged her with like 99. She stole 99 different objects, and they charged her with 99 different counts of burglary. Now, I don't know if any of those were dismissed and she got some or none, but let's just say they dismissed a bunch and she was left with 20 counts of burglary. Okay. Does she have 20 cycles? Does she, because it was like 3 houses, or does she have like 3 cycles? She had 99 charges. 99 charges. I'm sure she didn't end up with 99 charges. We watch court videos. We know. So I can see if that would make him, but if it's not, if that's only 1 cycle, that thing of burglary, this man commits something at least twice a year. He's arrested because I mean he wasn't doing it when he was 4. So we'll give him up until 30. He's 60 now. He has 50 cycles. I don't know how you get 50 cycles. You have to try really hard. Or maybe the police are just out to get him. Maybe it's a conspiracy theory.
The felonies, he has 6 felony convictions, an 02 criminal damage, a 04 theft by taking, a 2012 theft by taking, 2013 obstruction, possession with intent, 2016 fleeing, 2019 possession of meth, driving on a suspended license.
That's freaking awesome.
All right, Mr. Burton, you been in prison before?
Yes, sir.
Sir?
Yes, sir.
You liked it real good and want to go back, I guess.
Not particularly.
Well, you got to change it. You know, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again and it gets you back in prison, that ought to speak to you sooner or later.
Yes, sir.
That's the thought process anyway.
Judge Fleischer would have put 50 overs on that, over and over and over and over and over. Hi, Donald.
You heard that recommendation, that recommendation you agreed to, the one that you expected from her?
Your Honor, I haven't given.
Oh, well, give me the recommendation. Okay, you gave it to me earlier back in the back, so I got confused. Go ahead.
The state's recommendation is 30 years with 3 to serve without parole as a Class C, and this is to run concurrent with any other sentence with credit for time served, as well as a $50 fine, and subject to special conditions 2, 10, 11, 15, 16, 19, 20, the 20 being essentially barred from the circuit except for Toombs County. All of his family lives in Toombs.
I love it. I love how Georgia banishes people. You are banished from here. You may not come here again. Now, we need legal fiction for this. He's not here, but he's allowed to go into Toombs County, but he's not allowed to go into all these the circuit, which are all the other counties. So how does he get to Toombs County and out of Toombs County? Like once he gets in home, he's not allowed to. He's banished from all the other counties. I don't know. Maybe Toombs County is on the outside and the other ones are down here. I don't know. But he's in Georgia. He's in Telfair, I think. Which I know that I said. Listen, it is spelled Telfair. I know that's not how they pronounce it. They have it Travlo or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how they pronounce it, but it's absolutely not Telfair, but that's the best I can do.
25, 32, and 34.
But he's banished from the rest of the circuit, but not Toombs.
Yes.
Okay, it's a little unusual. If all his contacts and his bad neighborhoods and his playground and playmates are all here, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But I understand that that's where all his family is. That's where he's got to be able to go. But anyway, Mr. Burton, you heard that recommendation. That recommendation you expected her to make, and the one to which you have agreed.
Yes, sir.
Although you are not admitting guilt, have you decided that it is in your best interest to plead guilty because at the trial the evidence presented may be sufficiently strong for you to be convicted?
Yes.
Based upon that, do you now freely and voluntarily enter your plea of guilty to these charges against you?
Yes.
Here today with your attorney, Mr. McRae, who, along with Ms. Payne, perhaps have been representing you. Are you satisfied with the services they have rendered to you in this case?
Yes, sir.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I ain't got a glass, can't read.
Anything else you'd like to say?
No.
Mr. McRae, you heard the recommendation. Is that the one to which you and your client have agreed?
Yes, Your Honor, it is.
You satisfied that he understands all of his rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you,
The
Ray.
only thing I'll just make sure we put out there, yes, the reason for the kind of odd rest of the circuit, I understand your concerns, Judge. His family, his grandkids, everybody are here in Toombs County. That was something that was really hard during our negotiations about this, as well as about the fine amount specifically. We want to try to give him the best chance possible after this time. And I've already advised him to talk to probation about rehab options as well, because he has admitted to using. And I think that that's probably a bigger portion of this upon talking to him than we were able to negotiate out.
Yeah, he needs to try to get some rehab when you get out, if that's where your problem's coming from, because
Yes, the thing was, is she's wanting 3 years. I done a year. And I asked if she'd put me in one for 2. And she said no.
yeah, I understand, because you've got so many prior convictions. And this is a sale, not a use.
Right.
Yeah. But when you get out, here's what I always say to people. Why do you wait until your back's against the wall, you're looking at prison to say, oh, I need help? You could have said, I need help, and gotten help 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
You have a valid point.
So when you get out, say, hey, listen, I need help. Let me go to a rehab now before I get back in trouble again. Take that step yourself.
Yes.
Go to AA, go to NA, get into a rehab, get some help so you don't end up back in prison, because you're going to have 30 years looking at this. And if you get out after 3 years, 2 more, because you get credit for time served, and you get back in trouble in the first year, you're still going to have 25, 24, 26 years left on a type C sentence. You get 10 more years in the penitentiary without parole. How old are you now?
49.
49. You get out when you're 51, 52, you get put back in for 10 more years. You're going to be drawing Social Security when you get out.
Yes.
You don't want to do that.
No.
All right. You heard the recommendation. That's the one you've already told me that. Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor, that is.
Anything else?
That concludes what I had to say, Your Honor. Thank you. And thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Burton, the court
Everybody show Fozzie some loving comments, please.
finds that you understand the nature of the charges against you and the consequence of your guilty plea, that there is a factual basis for the guilty plea, and that you decided knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily to plead guilty. The court will therefore accept your guilty plea, and I will accept the recommendation that has been made. Count 1 will be a 30-year sentence, 3 to be served in the penitentiary without parole with credit for time served, and to run concurrent with any other sentences you're now serving. There'll be a $50 fine. And I'll point out to you, generally, the lowest fine I will do in a drug case is $500. For a sale case, it's usually a minimum of $1,000, most often $1,500. They negotiated this. I'm going to go along with it. And I'll be honest with you, the reason I have higher fines in drug cases is that's where we get our money for treatment programs.
Yes.
The money we get from fines on drug cases goes in large part to treatment programs.
That's good. It should go to treatment programs. I only have my notifications on for a handful of people. So if you're hearing a Discord pop up, it's because someone I need to listen to while I'm streaming is telling me something, and I need to listen to that because it's for the stream.
They help run programs to help people who are addicted. So I'm going to keep your fine low so you'll have your money available to maybe get yourself some help, okay? All right, thank you, sir. You've been sentenced to a period of...
Okay. I have a better one with Judge Reese coming tomorrow. Is Fozzie banned? Yep. Yep, we finally banned that Fozzie Bear. He ain't allowed in here no more. He's gonna have to get his court vibes secondhand. Court boobs. Guys, I don't think he's here. You have to do it in the comments to the video. Because I don't know if he's gonna have time to watch this or if he'll even want to or whatever. So hug him in the comments to the video. Say these words in the video comments, not in the chat, because he can't see this. Watch. He's never ever gonna see this. Hold on. Give me a second. Look, he's never ever. Come on, go, send it. He's never gonna see it. I said that. Never. Nope. Unless one of you snitch me out. Who's gonna snitch me out? Maiko, don't do it. You're a serial killer, not a snitcher. No, you know who's gonna snitch me out? It'll be the sweet innocent Nan. She's already sent a screenshot to Fozzie. So, Legal likes other channels, and that's fine. You know, Legal likes court videos. He likes other channels. So, no, if you're going to say something nice to Fozzie, which you all should because he's going through it, guys, do it in the comments to the video because he'll see that. Yes, Fozzie is a tart. All right, where are we going next? We should put a court video on. Let's look at this one. I'm not going to say what I called it because then you'll know what happens.
FTAs on October 10th and then October 18th. I was able to confirm from looking at data access that Mr. Gonzalez had been double set on the October 10th date. He had a preliminary hearing in Adams County 24 CR 2921. The notes from that case do indicate that he had appeared there. So it looks like there was some confusion on his part about his court appearances. That 18th date, it's unusual that he had those two court dates in short succession. It looks like he had the 10th as an arraignment, and then he had posted bond on October 8th and had a separate appearance on bond date set for October 18th. I think that arraignment and appearance on bond being in close succession was also confusing to Mr. Gonzalez, and so he didn't end up appearing on the 18th either. When he realized the error, he was working on getting consent of surety, and in fact had at that time been given consent of surety, was coming to court in order to try to get his bond reinstated, but was arrested on the outstanding warrants and then brought to the Jefferson County Jail and is now appearing today. So at least as far as the October 10th date, it is confirmed that he was double set. He had court in another jurisdiction, and I think that the arraignment and appearance on bond is somewhat unusual, and it does explain why he might have been confused about those court dates. Mr. Gonzalez, we're asking the court to consider essentially two things. First, we'd ask the court to consider a personal recognizance bond. If the court is not willing to do that, we'd ask the court to consider reinstating the previous bond and to give us 48 hours to acquire consent of surety. That's something that I am working on. The reason we're making this request is twofold. The first is that Mr. Gonzalez had dental surgery and has essentially an implant right now that he needs consistent care for. It's something that is going to cause him considerable pain if he's not able to get that dental care in the near future. He did have upcoming appointments that now he's going to miss because he is in custody. He also has a rental unit where almost all of his business possessions are being stored right now. He is concerned that if he does not stay up to date on the payments for that rental unit, he's going to lose all of his belongings. He does have a residence where he's able to stay right now in Denver. He also does have consistent work. It looks like he is essentially a contractor. He has a really big remodel job that he's in the middle of right now.
The dental care excuse is way bigger than you think it is. Did I block? Who did I block? I'll block him right now. Just tell me who you want blocked.
It looks like he has his own LLC.
Betty, I would never, ever, ever, ever block you, ever.
And there are employees as part of that LLC as well. And then finally, Mr. Gonzalez has communicated that his brother
Unless someone gave me $10.
law was helping him set up either inpatient or outpatient drug treatment. And so that's something that he had in progress on his own. So because we don't have consent at this very moment, that's why we're asking the court to consider a PR bond. He does not have ability to pay another bond. If the court is not willing to do that, we'd ask for reinstatement of that previous bond and for leave essentially to file that consent of surety.
All right, people's position.
Your Honor, understanding the record given by Ms. Alachich just now, I am showing that there have been 3 failures to appear in this case. And in addition to that, I'm also showing that the defendant has had technically 3 filings of
I agree, Kelly. I agree. It's fine.
non-compliance under pretrial services. I do see on the pretrial services initial investigative report that the defendant does in fact have a residence. I don't show that he's employed based off that report. Nevertheless, Judge, with the inability to come to court and the non-compliance on pretrial services, I am asking that the bond remain as set, and I'm objecting to any modification.
And I was looking at the same thing. This case was from November of 2023. So you got an initial warrant that went out in December, and there's a failure to appear back in January. And so this case has just been lingering. And then I've got these multiple pretrial reports. I'll go ahead and convert the bond to a cash surety bond, but it's going to be 10,000 cash surety given those past failures to appear. But I'll give them a surety option. So at 10% or $1,000, which is significant, I understand. But given the history of this case, I'm not willing to grant a personal recognizance bond or reinstate the prior bond in this case. So it'll be the same terms and conditions otherwise. It will allow, however, Mr. Gonzalez to go through a surety if he's able.
There's no way I'm able.
All right. Well, given the case history, I'm not able to modify.
Judge, he's gonna die. Judge, he's gonna die. You don't understand, Judge. You're not even listening.
This any further?
Well, Your Honor,
Mr. Gonzalez, that's the decision I've made. I understand about October 10th, but there's some more history that I'm concerned about. I'll give you a surety option in this case of $10,000 with the same terms and conditions. I'm concerned with the age of this case and the delay in this case. And so we're going to do what we need to get it done. November 18th, 2024 at 8:30, Mr. Gonzalez. We'll see you back here then. Anything else on this case, Ms. Alachich?
I'm not sure if we had addressed the arraignment yet. Had we already requested November 18th?
Yes.
Okay.
I thought so too.
Then no, not for defense. Thank you.
All right, anything for the people?
Yesterday.
Your Honor, thank you.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, we'll see you on November 18th at 8:30, okay?
Well,
Okay. I'm going to remand you this time.
Number 103 is finished. Well, there was already consent.
All right,
Surety.
I'm remanding.
All right, Mr. Gonzalez, hold on, okay?
Hold on for what? I mean, I can't have a chance to talk.
Well, the thing is, you want your attorney to do the talking for you on these types of
Well,
hearings.
actually, I don't. I mean, I have a storage unit that needs to be paid, or I'm going to lose it.
I understand, Mr. Gonzalez. I heard that from your attorney. Given the case history in this case, I'm not further reducing the bond. I am getting.
You're okay. It only lasts.
Allowing you a surety option, but that's the extent of the modification. Okay. I'm going to remand you at this time, Mr. Gonzalez.
Can
Thank
we
you.
please have a 5,000 I could make a 500. I can't make 1,000.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, we might be able to readdress it at the next court date. Okay, so I'll
Well,
talk to you about
it'll
that.
be too late. I mean, I'll lose all my stuff. I have an implant. See this? It needs to be cleaned, or else it's gonna. I mean, I could die.
You need to get.
If I don't get these teethers clean, I'm gonna die. Judge, he's going to die. Nobody listens to inmates.
If you need medical attention, you need to talk to the folks there in the jail, okay?
Well, the folks here in the jail don't do that.
I'm going to remand you at this time. Mr. Gonzalez, thank you.
No.
All yours. Thank you.
All right, court is going to call the Gamboon matter.
I should have kept recording a little bit longer, but you could barely hear it, so I didn't go back and get it. But he gets up and he comes back here, which is sort of behind him or near him, because you could hear him swearing about how much this sucks. He's gonna lose everything, which really does suck if everything you own is in a storage unit. However, they don't instantly just take your stuff the day that it's due. They set up an auction for it, blah blah blah. So I bet he has a couple more days. What? My bestie in Virginia, her daughter has a hedgehog, and it's so freaking cute. She got it as a baby, so it was a baby hedgehog, and oh my gosh. Okay. Is Fozzie here? I don't think Fozzie's here, Marty. If you want to leave him a nice comment, go to the video and make a comment there where he'll see it. He could use some nice comments today. He always leaves every birthday, everything. Look in the comments. He always leaves nice comments for you guys. Always, every single day. He spends time at it. So everybody leave him a nice comment in the comment section. Don't tell him what I said, though. Just be nice. Okay, now we're going to go to, I'm pretty sure it's Georgia. But it's a new judge. And it's a police officer who's been arrested. The Popo got arrested, yo.
All right, is this Mr. Vickers?
Yes, it is 2024 CR 837. That's the state versus Donald Paul Vickers. Mr. Vickers is facing charges here in Dawson County of 3 counts of reckless conduct in an open container. He was arrested on a pretrial release arrest.
I know I'm stupid, okay? Is a gypsy a bird? The bird eats the hedgehog? I thought gypsies were a bird. Am I wrong? What's a gypsy?
Arrest warrant for committing new offenses in Paulding County, where he was charged with battery under the Family Violence Act and influencing a witness, for which he got a bond.
Pre-trial.
And Mr. Voss is seeking for you to relieve that arrest warrant.
All right, Mr. Voss.
Yes, Your Honor, I will have one person testify for the hearing judge.
All right.
I call Ms. Vickers to the stand.
I just have to let you know that every single time I see this attorney whose name I have no idea is anywhere, I'm recording. He is angry. He is sulky. He is theatrical. This attorney, who I have no idea what he looks like, and I have no idea what his name is, and I only am half sure he's in Georgia to begin with, is awesome. I'm going to find him, guys. Do not worry.
And you can swear your own witnesses.
Yes, ma'am.
You can swear at your witnesses.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear any testimony you give this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, you may take a seat. Okay. Will you please state your full name for the record, please?
My name is Lainey Taylor Vickers.
Oh shit, I'm in big trouble. All right, I have to say something real quick, guys. You know how every time I'm late, there's one person who always nails me over and over and over again? We're not going to do that today. Once we'll give that person, which I'm not naming any names, a pass.
Tell me your first name again. I'm sorry.
Lainey?
Lainey?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you spell that for us, please?
Laini.
Okay. And as best you can when you speak, because we need to take all that down on the record, speak slowly, okay?
Yes.
And Ms. Vickers, what is your relationship to Mr. Donald Vickers?
He's my husband.
And how long have you been married to
they
Mr.
eat
Vickers?
hedgehogs?
10 years.
10 years. Ms. Vickers, do you have any children with Mr. Vickers?
Yes, 4.
4. And can you tell me the names of each children and their age, please?
I've got Blake, who's 8. Donald, the 3rd, who's 7. Maxim, who's 4. And Miles, who's 1.
Okay. And do all these children currently reside with you, Ms. Vickers?
Yes.
And where exactly do you reside?
In Paulding County, Rockmart, Georgia.
And prior to Mr. Vickers being arrested for this pretrial warrant, was he also residing at that residence?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And just to be clear, are all 4 children biologically yours and Mr. Vickers?
Yes.
Okay. Now, prior to Mr. Vickers being arrested, who would you say was the primary caretaker of the children?
He was.
He was. And why is that?
Because I was working.
Okay. And what were you doing?
I was working at Ingles in the deli.
Okay. And what were your hours like?
I was working generally 2 to 9:30.
2 to 9:30, Monday through Friday?
Yes, Monday through Fridays.
Okay.
Sometimes on the weekends. So, I mean, it varied week by week.
Okay. And roughly how many hours do you think you were working?
Sometimes I was working 35 hours and sometimes they cut back to like 28, 27, 28.
And at that time, was Mr. Vickers working?
No.
Okay. So his sole duty was to take care of your 4 children?
Yes.
Okay. Now, since Mr. Vickers has been in custody, have you been able to work?
No, I had to quit my job.
Okay. So what have you been doing this whole time since you've had to quit your job?
Looking for work online because I have a special needs child who goes only to school part-time and the infant who's home full-time with me.
So if you're not working, how exactly are you making ends meet?
Donations.
Donations from?
Family and friends.
Okay. And do you feel if Mr. Vickers does come back, you will be able to work full-time again?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel you will be more financially stable?
Yes.
Okay. Now, let's talk a little about Mr. Vickers' relationship to your kids. How would you describe his relationship with your children, well, both of y'all's children?
It's a good relationship. My children adore their father.
And can you kind of elaborate on that a little bit?
He sits down with them every single day when they come home from school. He gets their homework done. He empties out their backpacks. He helps them get ready at the end of the day. He's been trying to figure out how to learn, do my daughter's hair. He's been, once we got the stuff together, we were going to take the kids fishing. The kids love their father.
And if Mr. Vickers was able to get out of custody and come back to your residence, would you have any concern with him being around the children?
Not at all.
And how do the children feel about Mr. Vickers being incarcerated?
Look at that bright red. Casey is on fire today. Thank you so much.
They're sad and confused
So do they ask where he is?
constantly. We've been unable to contact him.
And you said they were sad.
Yes. My daughter has been crying at school. My son has been crying. They've been texting his phone, trying to figure out where daddy is. They constantly ask, where's daddy? Even my autistic child goes, daddy. He sees pictures of him and he calls out for him.
Do they know where he is currently?
My oldest two do now.
Okay. And you mentioned daughter. Which daughter did you?
Blake.
Blake. And is this the same Blake who's the alleged victim in the Paulding County case?
Correct.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about her. Now, you mentioned this earlier, but can you remind me, how old is she?
She's 8.
She's 8 years old. And would you say she's an active child?
Extremely active.
Okay. Does she play outside a lot?
She begs to play outside every single day.
And does she oftentimes play with her siblings?
She plays with her siblings. She's also part of the running club at school. She rides her bike, she climbs trees, jumps on the trampoline. She headbutts her brothers. They play wrestling all the time.
So she roughhouses a little bit.
Yes.
So is it a common thing for her to get scrapes and bruises on her?
She's got bruises on her right now that I didn't know she had. And I looked at them and she goes, yeah.
Okay. And is she in the courtroom today?
She is.
Okay. Is that her with the headphones on, the pink headphones?
Yes.
I'm torn with this one, torn right in half, because you'll hear that he does have anger issues. However, I know I have canceled doctor's appointments before multiple times because my children have had bruises, and I'm sure they weren't caused by me. I don't think, no, because they were playing. They're kids. They go out, they play, they fall down. You're supposed to. I always, when I was a little girl, had scabs on my elbows and knees. Always, because I was always climbing up a tree or falling off my bike or playing, I was outside playing. So I know I canceled doctor's appointments because I was terrified that the doctor would see a bruise and I would get in trouble. So if her child who has ADHD has bruises, that sort of makes sense to me. I mean, that means the child is being a child and allowed to play. But this guy does have anger issues, so I'm torn right in half on this one. I don't know.
Does Blake have any diagnosis?
She's been diagnosed with ADHD.
So it's fair to say she's a pretty hyperactive child.
Extremely hyperactive. I'm working on trying to get some more diagnosis because with Mr. Vickers' absence, I've been dealing with a lot more behavioral issues with her.
Behavioral issues that didn't exist while Mr. Vickers was watching your children?
Not at all.
Okay. And, going back to that, would it be fair to say that he was a good caretaker towards the children?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when exactly did you first learn about these Paulding County charges against Mr. Vickers?
The charge, the same day he did, I believe it was September 20th.
And how exactly did you learn about these charges?
When the police showed up at our house and to arrest him.
So prior to that, your daughter, Blake, never said anything about Mr. Vickers?
Well, no. The CPS case, I found out about that when I was at work one day. My husband called me and said, Blake said she told her teachers, that I did something. And I was just like, and then he goes, I think.
Roller skating caused so many injuries on me. So many. And tree climbing. I can't even tell you how many times I've fallen out of a tree. I remember the one time I was way up high and I scraped my leg the whole way from my ankle, the whole way up my leg. And it was like very messy. And I was at the park and, moms didn't take kids to the park back then. So I had to walk home. I was in this skirt. So there wasn't even any protection. I had to walk home with blood all over my legs. And I got home and I walked in and I got yelled at because I was getting blood on the floor. She yelled at me and she made me clean up and go to my room because I got blood all over the floor.
CPS is going to show up, and they showed up.
But the bottom line is Blake never told you that Mr. Vickers had ever tried to strike her.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I was unaware that anything like that had even taken place. And my family,
Roller skates.
my children are at an age where they always want to let either
I still roller skate. I love roller skating.
one on one up each other. They're always saying, so and so got in trouble today. Bo did this, Blake did that. And my husband, who was taking care of the kids, would call me at work and says, this is getting out of hand. I don't know how to handle this. Or he would call me and let me know. He was like, I took away someone's tablet, or I gave them more reading to do. Everything was discussed to the point where I sometimes was like, what happened now? But everything was discussed before anything happened.
Okay, so he would consult you every time he wanted.
Yes, in the time of
maybe discipline.
Yes, at the time that it happened, like he would call me at work and I would step aside to answer his phone call and we'd talk it through and then we'd follow through.
And other than Blake, has any of the children ever mentioned Mr. Vickers trying to hurt them or being abusive or anything of that nature towards them?
Not at all.
Has any of the children ever expressed any kind of fear towards Mr. Vickers?
No.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that CPS did come to the home. Is that
correct?
And just to be clear, none of the children were ever removed from the home?
No, sir.
And this was before Mr. Vickers was arrested?
Correct.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the bond conditions in Paulding and Dawson County. First things first, have you had an opportunity to see Mr. Vickers' bond conditions in Paulding County?
Yes.
There was a point in time where I think my son's favorite place to be in the world was emergency, because it was and it's fine. I love when kids go out and play. I love it. They need to go out and play, and they need to fall down, and they need to scrape their knee. They have to. It's called having fun. But it's so frowned upon. It's like you're not taking care of your children. You're not watching your children. Yeah, well, they need to go play. It's so important. That's why us 80s kids are awesome.
Is this what I'm showing you? As you understand it, the Paulding County bond conditions for his charges there?
Yes.
Okay. Now, those conditions, is Mr. Vickers authorized based off these conditions to have nonviolent contact with the alleged victim in this case, Blake?
Yes.
Okay.
He was authorized to come back and live in the house.
Don't make me hit a girl.
Right. And the amount was only at $3,000, correct?
Correct.
Okay. 1 second, Your Honor. Your Honor, I may approach.
You may. Are you tendering this?
Might as well. Defense moves to tender the Paulding County bond conditions as Defense Exhibit 1. If I can, I'll put a sticker on it and you can judge.
Any objection to D1?
No.
It's admitted.
Start a GoFundMe. Oh, speaking of a GoFundMe, I have an idea. Only I don't want to be in control of this idea. I have an idea, and I have a little megaphone here, a platform for this idea to occur, but I don't want to do it. Someone else has to do it. If we want to do it at all, and we have plenty of time to talk about it and discuss it, but I think we should get started if we want to. And if nobody wants to, that's perfectly fine. It's just an idea, and I always have ideas. And there really should be someone around me to say, don't do that. That's stupid. But no one is. So I just go forward with it. Like, don't start a YouTube channel. And I did it anyway. Judge Fleischer Now it's 2024 right now, but it's almost 2025, and his election is in 2026. Okay, I think we should get him a billboard in Houston. They have, billboards in great places on the big 5-lane highways right there. I think we all should get together and get him a billboard in Houston. No, I don't know how much it costs. No, I don't know how long we should get it for. No, I don't know when we should buy it. Nope, don't know nothing of that. Nothing. All I know is we should all get together and buy Judge Fleischer a billboard. We should. But no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I want someone else to do it. And I don't know. We would have to agree who we all send the money to. It would have to be a group agreed decision, um, or something, or somebody who knows something about that. I don't know the best way to do it. But if we were going to do it, we do have to. We have to. Rebecca, are you still? Oh, look! I say Rebecca. There she is. Rebecca, how are you? Oh my God, you look so pretty today, Rebecca. Hey, Rebecca. How do you feel about designing a billboard? Victoria, yeah. Rebecca, how do you feel about designing a billboard? We'll even put your name on it. I mean, your face on it. You can have your face behind bars, on his billboard. Michael, if you had any idea how much I love that idea so much, I will, I will, I second that. I absolutely second that. I would, in a heartbeat. I nominate the same person. I don't care. I just want to see where it goes. I don't even care what happens now. All right. Yeah, I know they are pricey, but there's a whole bunch of us. There's at least 20 people here. Of course I want your face on it. We put your face on his body. Um, I don't know. If it's a bad idea, no, 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 absolutely freaking not. Nope, nope, absolutely not. Nope, 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 nope. I just, wow. All right, we're looking at a 1 month billboard, guys. If we can get 1,000 people to send $2, that's not hard. $2 is easy to do. $2. Everybody loves Judge Fleischer. I can't imagine anybody saying, "Oh no, I'm not giving you $2 for him." There we go. Yes, but you're not going to live there. It's to get him. Listen, no one has to pay. No one is asking anybody here to pay $2,000 at all, or 100, or 50, or even $20. No one's asking for $20. $2 is what we're asking for. $2. $2 is easy to do. I mean, normally in life, when you have a form of entertainment that you like to do, you have to pay for this entertainment. Judge Fleischer is every single day. Those are hours every single day. I think that's worth $2 to make sure he gets reelected. Right? We want him reelected, right? All right, Carolyn, $1 for you. But it better be a big, big dollar. See, I feel the same way. I'm in for way more than 20. He's he's amazing. So, okay. Um, here's what I'll do. So I don't I mean, I'm going to talk about it on here, but so I don't bore people on here, I'll create another channel. maybe instead of the channel being called Fleischer for re-election or something like that, I'm going to call it something so it's more fluid. So what if next year, like one of us, I don't know, is in a dire situation, and like Linus's trip, we will, I will create, you know what I'm going to call it? GoFundMe. That's what, I'm not going to start a GoFundMe. I'm going to call the channel GoFundMe. That way, if we have something that we all want to pull together to make a difference in this world and do something, we can talk about it there. But we're not going to talk about 60 different things. So as soon as I say I have an idea, everybody needs to tell me to shut up. All right, we're going to do one project at a time. That way we get it done and we don't start half projects. One project at a time. Right now, our GoFundMe project is buy Judge Fleischer at least a 1-month billboard for his election. And we'll put it up when Victoria tells us to. If she's the manager, she makes all the decisions. I tell people to shut up all the time. Shut up, John. So, just kidding. So yeah, I'm going to start a channel in Discord called GoFundMe, or maybe I'll use a different F word. I don't know. And then we will start discussions there instead of here. Do we have to be a citizen? Because I might be in trouble. I'm just kidding. I'm plausible. Stuck like Chuck back. I love it. I love that we are coming up with names. I love it. Oh man, he will be so happy. All right. Oh yeah, that that very nice lady from Judge Fleischer's Corners. She can donate. She makes $8,000 a month. Oh, that's great. Because I think we want it to be a little I think that's great. Yes, that's what campaigners do when you're trying to get elected. You accept things like that. That's what they do. That's what they do. Yeah, but where are you going to put me? In what country are you going to put me? I think I would be in a bit of trouble no matter where you put me. Spoo. It's not Spoo Ride. It's SBEW. Oh, France. France. I can't go to France because my mouth doesn't do that. You have no idea how many times I've tried over the years to speak a French word, and I cannot. I cannot. Do I have Wi-Fi in Donald's basement? I like the effort. Never mind. I think I had a dream. As soon as you said that, it hit me. You know, when you can kind of remember a dream. I think I had a dream that I put my shoes on in Australia, got bit by a spider, but you know, whatever. Wee. Okay, I can do wee. No, absolutely not. That's not going to help for me, dear. The last thing I want to think about is romance ever. Oh, speaking of romance. Hey, Bill, how are ya? Hey, Bill, did you see my post? Did you see the post I put on my page? I didn't at you, which I thought about later, but that's how I roll. I always think about things later. I have to press play because I spoke too much. I'm so sorry. I'm very, very, very sorry to everyone who's trying to see why this cop is in jail. And this is why never mind.
Now, are you familiar with his bond conditions for the Dawson County case?
As far as
Was he required to complete any particular classes for that?
yes, he was required to do domestic violence classes.
Family violence?
Family violence, yes.
Are you aware if Mr. Vickers did complete that?
He did. Can't give you the exact date, but I believe it was completed in July.
Okay. Do you ever have an opportunity to just approach this? Is this document look familiar to you?
I hadn't seen it, but
Are you aware of that?
yes,
So is this a accurate document?
Hey,
reflecting
Jen.
The place Mr. Vickers did in fact get
yes,
treatment for, and it reflects an accurate date of when he completed that treatment and started it?
yes,
Your Honor, defense moves to tender a letter certifying that Mr. Vickers completed family box intervention program as defense exhibit 2.
Any objection? D2 submitted.
Other than the requirement that he has to complete, or he need to complete the family violence intervention programs, are you aware if Mr. Vickers is doing any kind of counseling or anything of that nature?
he was also speaking with a therapist.
How often was he doing that?
I believe he was doing it either every other week or every week.
Okay, and he was regularly attending those sessions?
Yes.
Roughly how long did he begin doing those therapy sessions?
Oh, I believe he started those back in January.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you. Remain seated in case the prosecutor has any questions for you.
Mr. Greer?
Mr. Vickers, how many times have you had to testify in bond matters for Mr. Vickers?
2 times?
2 times, including this time, or is this your third?
I guess this will be my third.
This is your third time. What are the allegations of that CPS case? Do you remember that Blake made?
That daddy hit me.
Is your child a liar?
Yes.
So you don't believe your child?
Not all the time, no, sir.
No, you said you were at work.
I was.
What's preventing him from working?
He was on an ankle monitor and his curfew was 7 to 7.
Okay, but you said you worked at Publix,
And his dentures almost made him die.
right?
I worked at Ingles at the night
Ingles, I'm
shift.
sorry. So what was keeping him from going out and working at Ingles?
They weren't hiring for the day shift. They were
Vertical Earth?
Huh? What was that?
Any Vertical Earth or any other company?
I don't know anything about that, sir.
Right. Now, he's currently suspended as a law enforcement officer, right?
Correct.
Is he suspended with or without pay?
Without.
And he's on bond for aggravated battery in violation of oath of office. That's true too, right?
Yes.
All right. Now, and in this case, you were actually present when the alleged incidents occurred here in Dawson County, correct?
Correct.
All right. Is there any firearms in the home?
Currently, no.
All right. Has he threatened to shoot himself since he's been out on bond that you were? Has he actually shot a gun since he's been out?
No, sir.
He hasn't shot a hole in any walls or anything like that?
No.
All right. You said he was seeing a counselor.
Yes.
Do you know her name? His name?
Her name. He's been seeing 2. There was 2 different counselors, but I know his current one.
Yes. Yes,
What
he
was her
is.
name?
Jasmine Golden.
Jasmine Kohler?
Golden.
Hi, Crystal. May I hurt you?
Is he on any mental health medications that you're aware of? Do you know if he's currently screening for any type of substance abuse or alcohol abuse?
No, sir.
Is anyone else left at home with him with your children other than him?
No.
All right, no other questions, Judge.
Who's the victim of the aggravated battery case, if you know?
That was a police issue. It was Tyler Griffin.
And who's the victim of the reckless conduct charge?
That would be myself and my parents.
And can you tell me a little bit about those allegations?
The allegation was, well, what happened that night was he got frustrated, and my mother in particular, they had a contentious relationship and they always butted heads. And for whatever reason, they got into it that day. It was December, Christmas Eve. He kicked the washer. He never once made any threatening movements towards anybody. I tried to get him to leave. He went into his room, he shot off a gun, and he left. And I don't know what happened after that.
And who called law enforcement
My mother did.
after he shot off a gun?
No.
Sorry, I paused it again. I know, but I was in IT too. And Mondays, seriously, guys, if you know someone in IT on a Monday, give them a piece of chocolate or something. They absolutely need it.
Yeah.
Before he shot off the gun?
Yes, ma'am. She went downstairs and I think outside, and no one knew what she was doing. She didn't even see anything inside. I don't even think she saw him kick the washer. Except they got into an altercation. Her voice raised, his voice raised, she ran off, and she called the police.
During that reckless conduct incident, was he already out on bond for the ag battery?
Yes, ma'am.
And there wasn't a bond condition that he wasn't allowed to have contact with any firearms?
No, ma'am.
And the ag battery charge is out of what county?
Fulton. So that wasn't on the job incident.
All right, anybody have any follow-up?
A couple questions, Your Honor. Now, going back to that ag battery charge in Fulton County, are you aware the city cleared Mr. Vickers or found him to be negligent in his duties as a law enforcement officer?
The Atlanta Police Department found him cleared.
Okay. And are you aware of any plea offers extended for that case?
I know that I've been told that there's a plea offer put out there. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
I don't know what the details of that are.
Okay. Now, as far as the discharging the firearm in the house, do you remember exactly where Mr. Vickers was pointing that firearm?
He was in the bedroom and he pointed it towards himself and towards the wall.
Okay. No further questions. Thank you.
Viola was your mother, correct?
Yes.
Where she gave a statement to law enforcement.
I don't know what it was, but
But where she gave one, right?
yes,
You gave one, right?
I gave a statement.
And is I don't know how to say your dad's.
Cyril?
Cyril. It's misspelled in the officer's report. He's your dad, right?
Correct.
And he gave a statement to law enforcement.
Yes.
So did you talk to your parents about what they saw?
No.
So you don't know what your mom saw when Mr.
I mean, afterwards, she told me she wasn't even aware. I mean, when she came up the stairs, she didn't know a gun had been fired. She told me that.
Oh, about the gun?
Yeah, she didn't know about it. I mean, I also know she told the police that he was beating me, but that wasn't the case either.
I understand. Now, that particular day, had he been drinking?
I don't believe he grabbed a bottle. I don't think he was drinking though. I think he just.
How long had you been in the house that particular day?
I had been in the house all day.
Okay.
All right, ma'am, you can sit down. Any additional evidence that you'd like to present?
No, Judge. This argument.
Evidence from the state?
No.
All right, let me hear, Mr. Voss, your argument.
Yes, Your Honor. So, Mr. Vickers, he's been in custody since the beginning of October. because of this pretrial arrest warrant, so over 30 days now, where he, Judge, voluntarily turned himself in. Judge, regarding these Paulding County charges, as you have seen here, the bond conditions are not intensive whatsoever. It's a $3,000 bond where he is authorized, despite these alleged charges against his daughter, is allowed to have nonviolent contact with her. And the only other condition on that is that he can't violate any governmental laws. Your Honor, it's our position here regarding the Comico case is because he had these two prior charges, Paulding Co. had to move on these allegations and charge him for it. In other words, Your Honor, it's our position that they were trying to cover themselves. But as you can tell with the bond order, Judge, they are clearly not very concerned about Mr. Vickers harming his kids. If they were sincerely concerned, they would have had a whole string of conditions. And the most important one being is he couldn't have contact with the victim. But that's not the case, Your Honor. So I think with the Paulding Co. case, I think what's going to happen is I don't think it's going to go much further into this because, like I said, I think the purpose was just to cover themselves because, yes, they are aware that Mr. Vickers has two prior charges. And as Ms. Vickers testified, Your Honor, CPS came out to the residence prior to these charges being issued, and none of the children were ever taken out of the house. I'm not aware of any defects pending investigation or any defects case where they're attempting to remove the children from the residence. And you also heard Ms. Vickers say the children want him back. Matter of fact, the alleged victim in this case, Blake, is in the courtroom right now. She's here. They have been missing their father. They've been trying to wonder where he is to the point that they're crying. It's leading to disciplinary issues in school and at home. And as you heard Ms. Vickers testify, she is not concerned with Mr. Vickers being a resident. She is not concerned. And those are her children. So if Ms. Vickers was generally concerned with it, I think she would say something. I don't think she would choose her 4 kids over Mr. Vickers. Judge, she has never heard any of her children ever make allegations of Mr. Vickers. And there, other than this one allegation, there's really no history of him ever allegedly harming these kids. Judge, they need him back. They need him back to take care of their 4 kids so Ms. Vickers can work. That's important. I will say, Your Honor, I didn't put it, she didn't testify to it, but the reason why he's unable to work is because of all the stringent bond conditions. As Mr. Greer got Ms. Vickers to say, he did have some ankle monitoring requirements. Judge, he has taken, especially with the Dawson case, he has been very serious with his bond conditions. We modified his bond, I want to say, towards the beginning or the end of last year. Well, January 25th of 2024, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Vickers, to allow him an opportunity to have contact with his family, to come back into his residence when he was here in Dawson. And the stipulation was that he had completed the Family Violence Intervention Program. As you can see, Your Honor, he has complied with that. He diligently completed that program because he is very serious about complying with his bond conditions and not trying to get into trouble. And as Ms. Vickers said, he has been doing regular therapy. Judge, Mr. Vickers, he's a good guy, and I sincerely mean that. He has served our state for over 18 years as a law enforcement officer, putting his life and limb on the line. And I do think, sincerely, Your Honor, that should mean for something. He has broken bones, a litany of injuries. He's saved more people than I can't even imagine, people trying to commit suicide, all sorts of stuff, Your Honor. So we respectfully request that the pretrial arrest warrant be lifted, Your Honor, and he be allowed to go back home, continue to take care of his children. And of course, I would point out that these are just warrants right now, Your Honor. These aren't convictions. he is still presumed to be innocent until proven guilty, Judge. So I would respectfully request you consider that as well, Judge.
And Mr. Voss, you list 2 case numbers on your motion. Are those accurate?
So what happened is after the alleged incident in the house, he left the house, and when law enforcement found him in his vehicle, there was an alleged open container. I will say, Your Honor, in all candor, he was initially charged with DUI, but the state dismissed that count. They're only moving on the open container. But for some reason, Your Honor, when he was charged for the incident at the house and the incident at a car, they made it 2 separate case numbers, but they're really one incident.
So the reckless conduct is the 24 CR 12A.
I believe so, Your Honor. But like I said, all that, it really should be one case number because this all happened in one chain of events.
And was the defendant permitted to have alcohol with the ag battery bond?
You were? You were permitted to have alcohol?
I was allowed to have it. I had no restrictions.
And so the ankle monitors from what case?
I believe it was from the Dawson County.
Your Honor, may I?
Yes.
Excuse me, Your Honor. Sorry I look like this. Fulton County.
Hold on one second. Yeah, Mr. Vickers, go. If you're going to testify, you're going to have to come up to the witness stand and be sworn.
I can answer that question, Your Honor, regarding the ankle monitor. So that was my mistake. I got my wires crossed. I apologize, Mr. Vickers. So after the Dawson County case, he had to go back and answer for his bond in the Fulton County case, as you can imagine. As he's here today, to get a new charges causes a violation of his conditions. So for that case, they required him to have ankle monitoring, which he's been complying with.
And this reckless conduct case is on my trial calendar for December 9th.
You have a counter call yet? He just filed, I don't know if we've had an arraignment.
Well, what's the 24 CR 12 case?
That's one case, Judge. It should be a 24 PI 12 maybe, but it became.
I've got a 20, what's listed on the motion, I don't know if it's accurate, 24 CR 12A and 24 PI 13A.
24 CR 837 is the number on this case.
837 is 24 CR 12 is not, yeah.
It's not him.
No problem. You've got one case. Mr. Voss was right. Mr. Gardner simply consolidated those 2 cases into the
I
same.
only see one case under his name, 24 CR 837.
Okay. All right, Mr. Greer, what's your argument?
I want you to revoke his bond. She's done testified 3 times. I would stipulate she's not credible to begin with, but the only person at home is the lying child. This man is the most unlucky human being that lived, or either he is a risk.
The defense lawyer is a nightmare, but this lawyer is epic. He is so good. Now, the other cases where he was really good in were really, 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 really boring. So you guys would not have put up with it for a second. But I have to get more of this lawyer. I have to. I don't know his name, but he's so patronizing, and he like flops down in his chair, and he says mean things to the defendant, and he's really good.
Judge, he somehow gets charged with aggravated battery and violation of oath. It's no coincidence to me then he is then charged with influencing a witness who might be his daughter, but that she says is a liar. All right, she's home all day, but she doesn't know whether he'd been drinking on this event. He fled that scene. We did dismiss the case. He's right. He fled that scene. He wasn't there when law enforcement came to that house. And what she's saying here today, but he is on bond for aggravated battery and violation of oath. If there's a plea offer or not, he could still be working. So that excuse doesn't even bear any weight on me. All right. Now, what Paulding magistrate done? I have a stupid, corny saying, I trust us. I don't care what they did. Maybe they were trusting me to do the right thing. Or maybe they're trusting Atlanta to do the right thing. I ain't trusting no one to do the right thing. He is on bond on 2 different cases, and he somehow gets picked up with a family violence battery after the man graduated FFIP. I want you to revoke his bond, please.
Mr. Vickers, yes,
If I may briefly rebut.
you may.
Judge, I'm just going to reiterate the fact that his wife, Ms. Vickers, I think, especially when it involves her children, is going to be a very credible person. I think, Your Honor, she has serious legitimate concerns, and I think if Paulding County had serious legitimate concerns, she wouldn't be testifying, and Paulding County would probably have a much higher bond with stringent conditions.
But Mr. Voss, you would agree that bond is it's not a right. It's not given to him as a matter of right.
Right.
And that part of
Julie's here. Hey, Julie, am I that late? No, you're early, Julie.
his bond is that if there's probable cause to show that he committed a new offense, that his bond should be revoked.
But
correct?
It doesn't have to be revoked.
Doesn't have to be, but that's part of his bond order, is that if there's evidence presented on a probable cause standard that he committed a new offense, then his bond can be revoked. Correct?
Yes, it can be revoked. He's not going to say that, Judge, but Donald, you'll be fine. Just do what you're told.
Correct?
It could, but Your Honor, you don't have to revoke his bond, Judge.
I agree, but you would also agree that for battery and influencing a witness, that in Paulding County, there was some probable cause shown for both of those charges. Understanding that you're arguing now.
I wasn't the magistrate judge. I don't know what.
Okay, but for a magistrate court judge to issue those warrants, there had to have been some probable cause some probable cause shown, correct?
I'd hope so, because if they didn't have probable cause, then they, were issuing an illegal warrant.
All right, anything else, Mr. Voss?
Yes, Your Honor. Again, I stand by the fact that these are just pending charges. Bond conditions aren't stringent. He has no history of violence towards his kids. Ms. Vickers has no concern. I would also disagree with the state saying he fled this scene. I think that's a categorization of it. I don't think that's what happened. It's our position. He vacated the scene given the escalation of the disagreement between him and mainly his mother-in-law, Your Honor. We don't think his bond's revoked. Again, Judge, he's been a law enforcement officer for 18 years in this state. He has served this state. He's put his life on the line. Other than these three charges, which I admit all kind of come out pretty quickly, he doesn't have any other history, Judge.
I'm going to deny the motion to relieve the pretrial release arrest warrant, and Mr. Vickers' bond is revoked. I'll place him, however, on the trial calendar for the December 9th week for the 24 CR 837A case. So everybody should get ready.
Yes, ma'am.
Your excuse, and Mr. Greer, you'll do the order.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know about you guys, but there's not too many things in this world as scary as you being a cop in jail. I mean, you know what? I am never, ever, ever, ever going to be a police officer because there's a slight chance that I'm going to go to jail. And that would just be terrifying, to be stuck in jail with everybody that you put in jail. What was Tango and Cash? Remember Tango and Cash? Yes. Yes. Oh, he's going to jail. He's going back to jail. Good luck, dude. Don't worry, you're in Georgia. I'm sure the jail's there. Very safe. Ooh. Do you think so, or will they put him in Gen Pop? I think they'll put him in Gen Pop because Tango and Cash, they were put in Gen Pop, and then they were like electrocuted and stuff. Man. Okay. Oh, that's it. It's time for Judge Fleischer. I got through all the videos. So I'm going to after Judge Fleischer's stream is over today, I'm going to do a members only video stream, a live stream. And then tomorrow I have a really good Judge Reese one. I couldn't put it on today because I only stumbled upon it like at 4:03, and my stream starts at 4:30, and I don't know how long it is, so I didn't know if I had time to record it. Tango and Cash wasn't fiction. I saw it on TV. I don't know. I might thrive with a little bit of solitary. I mean, everybody constantly needs me to do something for them 24/7. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. You're turning everything green. I think a little bit of solitary might do me a world of good. I lost it. I lost my video. I need to see who turned green. Practical Polly. I love watching who turned green when people buy memberships. It's the best part. It just is. People love getting memberships. They leave all kinds of messages for you guys about how great it makes them feel to get a membership. All right. So now we're going to go to Monday. We only did part of the stream on Monday. But just in case, I just want to stop for a second again. And bring the stream down again. I'm sorry, I have to. In case some people have to leave, I want them to know. I want them to be able to leave a message. But if you haven't heard yet, Jay, our lovely Jay, on November 3rd passed away. She was sick, and she's no longer with us, and it's horrible. It's just horrible. This is the link to her obituary. Please feel free to, leave a comment. There's a whole bunch of us have already left a comment. You can leave a comment and, let her family know how much, hey, she was loved and she will be missed every day. Every day we're going to miss her. Yeah, see, I knew a bunch of people wouldn't have seen it. From because no one's here at the beginning of my stream. So you can plant a tree if you want to in that link. Or you can just read the comments. I mean, I would hope you post a comment, but you could just read the comments and see what everybody else has said about Jay. We are really going to miss Jay. She was great. She was so positive and she was so nice. And someone comes in the chat and there's Jay. Hey, how are you? But yeah, this last couple weeks have been rough on a lot of us, like more rough than you can imagine for some people, semi-rough for a lot of other people. But as long as we're all together and, we can talk, go into Discord and talk. There's a new channel called something Life Stories. Go tell your story, something interesting about you. I'm telling you, it's Maiko's idea. Maiko had a fantastic idea. People have some stories in this chat, especially Kelly. Come on, Kelly. And that we would die if we knew the truth. Well, go ahead and put a story in here. It'll bring us all together. We'll learn more about each other because I don't know everything about Bill. He says he's married, but is he? He needs to tell a story about how he met his wife. Then I'll believe he's married. John had surgery last week. His dog had surgery. Didn't your dog just have surgery not too long ago? You guys have it rough. All right, we stopped right here on Monday or Tuesday, because this is Mondays and I do it the next day. So we're going to start here and we're going to go until we run out of content, and then the tolerance level of that woman, yep, must be I know Bill has a wife. No, we don't. No, we don't. Who was your 6th grade boyfriend? We don't know anything about him. Her? I don't know. See, I don't even know. No, Bill gets bullied. I've been on his stream. I know he gets bullied. I've never seen Bill bully someone, but I've seen him get bullied a lot. Time for Judge Fleischer. If I keep talking, oh my God, I'm going to lose all the subs that I already have. I paused a lot today, guys. You can't let me do that. Somebody has to be on my butt to say, Kathy, you're not allowed to talk that much. Because I'll keep going. I mean it. No, Victoria bullies everyone. That's just redundant. Allie bullies him too, you know. Where's Allie? She doesn't come here because it's way too early. I wonder what Linus is doing right now in America. So much has happened that I forgot. Linus is in America right now. She's going to wake up any minute in America and eat something for breakfast. Maybe we should skip the billboard idea and get Bill's wife something nice. Oh, man. All right, Shatoria, bring us back to court, please, please, please.
I know, but she did do one on October 23rd, and that one did test for alcohol, and it was negative.
Can you not test for alcohol now?
I'll have to wait like 3 days for the results to come back.
That's okay. Just,
Okay.
but I want to do this. I want to know if she has any alcohol on board because that's my concern. I
Okay.
don't think that we've ever had a problem with those issues.
You guys are. You make me cry.
If we test positive alcohol,
Yeah.
I want to do some center just for that.
In Florida, right outside his house.
I have to come back later.
So he sees it with his drones. He sees it anytime he leaves the house. Better idea. New idea, guys. Not just his cross the street neighbor, but all of his neighbors. We rent a sign for just 10 days. 10 days. Condolences, Emily. And we surround his house. Hi, Leroy's. How are you? This is a new judge. He's in Pennsylvania, I think. Oh, speaking of, guys, you want to hear some bad news? Oh, I gotta press play. Anyway, you know how I told you that I had a attorney disciplinary hearing from Pennsylvania? I never get Pennsylvania, so I was real excited. Well, let me just tell you, attorney disciplinary hearings in Pennsylvania are freaking boring, boring, boring. So I can't play it. And there's no answer at the end. There's not even a suggestion of what an answer might be. Oh, that's right. He's in Michigan. He's in Michigan. Because there's gold. Stop. There's gold fringe on the flag. So he's from Michigan, guys. I know, because someone told me that. So it has to be true. There's gold fringe on the flag, so he's in Michigan. Pay no mind to the star here. It's just decoration.
Yeah, and then I guess one of the choices we have.
Trying to listen to him whisper, but no, he's too good at it. All right, Judge, I'll bump it forward. Oh, that's some yellow coming up.
Oh, back on Mr. Sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
He agrees to the extension. He would allow, I guess he's okay with the extension at this time for next week, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, so Jay reached out, it would be the extension to reset 13.
Yes.
Jay reached out to the feds, they are going to revoke, they just couldn't get the paperwork done by today. So even if we gave him a bond on this, it wouldn't make sense if they're going to issue another warrant for the federal case to revoke the probation. So if we could extend it to the 13th.
Yeah, and Mr. Broussard he's of the opinion that the only way the federal probation would be revoked is if he goes to Tennessee. So he's thinking that if he stays in Harris County, then there wouldn't be a probation, or there wouldn't be a revocation. But if he goes to Tennessee.
But I can't, I mean, it's if they want him, they want him. I can't prevent Tennessee from taking him, right?
And he understands that now. Now he gets it. And so
Let's see, what if they don't come?
That's his hope.
It's happened before, so, okay.
That is his hope, but that's it.
Thanks.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse? Thank you.
And Mike,
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here, Mr. Humberto Gonzalez. He's been approved for the PTI. We just need to get the, no, we have the contract. We just need to get the interlock installed. Can we get 1 week, Your Honor? Thank you.
you've done the T-Rods and everything's done?
Yes, which,
1 week? Sure. What say you on Ray's case?
No, it's Monday. This was Monday, but not today because it hasn't happened yet. It was Monday last week, because Mondays are the best, guys. Mondays are the craziest. Everybody keeps talking about Fridays like they're the craziest. Even people in court 5 say that Fridays are the craziest. But no, on Monday, I have to work hard unless I don't make it to the stream, which I will, because I know that some of the mods are very busy out of the stream, and maybe Linus will be in court today. Mondays are crazy. So I usually do Fridays and Mondays on the weekends because those are the good ones. Plus, look how on point he's dressed. Look at that guy. You go, Michael.
No, okay. You're okay with it? Okay. So you are printing out bottom of 11. Hugo Gonzalez, can you print out the map, please? So we can. Ray.
Yes, Judge.
I'll get it. I'm gonna do it for you now, okay? The problem is that you're gonna need a copy of it, and it's gonna take a couple days to get into deeds. So if you want, I can leave a copy for you here of the amended order, and you can just pick it up at your leisure, or just wait for it to pop up on deeds and you can print it out. Because if he goes over there and the officers don't see it, they're gonna arrest him. So he needs a copy.
10-4, Judge.
Just in case, you know?
Yeah, I can swing by, Judge. I'll be there early tomorrow, if not, maybe Wednesday.
Okay, we'll leave a copy with stuff up here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, man.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Michael.
thank you.
Judge, it was a scam document. So actually, but do we have a link to the sentence?
Right. So, no, you can check with who, the probation officer? Yeah, can you, I guess, can you
All
reach
of
out to them
them.
and see
Every
the
single
time that he
one.
tested presumptively here, right? Can you see when the nearest blow was? Was it at or near that time that he has blown, so we can see? I know, but reach out to them and see, hey, can you give us? Then obviously, if you guys, if it gets up, Stephen, do you mind getting Mr. Martinez's cell phone, please?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Victoria is here. Guys, this is the Victoria. The Victoria from Court 5. She's here in our chat. Oh, behave. You don't want her mad at you. Lita's got shushed at by Victoria. Allie got shushed at by Victoria. Hey, Victoria, we have an idea. We have an idea, but I think you're the one we need to talk to about it. And when I say talk to, I sort of mean talk at, because you can't really talk back. Are you the campaign manager for, yes, the Victoria? Are you the campaign manager for the judge? for his reelection because we are thinking of buying him a billboard, at least for 1 month. I don't know if it's going to be longer. We are unlucky. That would have been epic. Anyway, we hear Court Vibes channel. The Vibers want to buy him a billboard during his campaign. Are we allowed to do that? Do we go through you? Can Rebecca help design it? Or do you already have like, oh, it's not you? But he trusts someone more than you? Who? All right, okay, all right, listen. All we need from you then is a name of someone that we can talk to figure out what we have to do. I'm sure you guys already have like designs for, his theme or whatever. But maybe like Rebecca can look at them and do something. And Victoria has videos. Well, I need to see these. So Victoria, listen. There's a new channel in Discord called GoFundMe. See, copyright infringement not happening here. GoFundMe. They were going to talk about purchasing a billboard. So if you have any information, that will help us do that. I do not want to be the person in charge, though. Someone has to step up to the plate. Okay, I'm going to press play again. I really can't pause it anymore because really I'm going to lose like 1,000 subs.
Mr. Martinez, that is Greg on the TV. He's been appointed to represent you. Okay, if you mind, just.
I'm gonna give him my number. You're on it.
I'm gonna chat it to you. I'm gonna chat you his cell phone. Thanks. Okay.
Got it.
That is
Thank
the
you.
lawyer that we've given you to represent you. You must stay in contact with him. If he tells me he can't get a hold of you because you're playing games, we will issue a warrant for your arrest. Don't violate the law. Don't pick up any new cases and stay in contact, and then we're all happy. Do you have any questions? Okay, we will have you sign a reset. Then when you leave here, you guys have to get in contact. He's going to reach out to you. You guys talk about the case. You have to today. Okay? Vic, you want to do a day for Greg? This is Cesar Martinez.
Yes, how's December 17th to the 19th?
Sounds good.
19 it is.
Is this just a plate state? Just because I haven't seen anything yet? I'm assuming it is.
Yes, it's just a tag, yes, temporary
Okay.
tag.
Is discovery complete or no?
Let me check, Your Honor. Looks like, yes, everything is shared with defense.
Do you have an offer?
Your Honor, we have a 30-day PTI offer on.
Okay, 30-day PTI, Greg.
Okay, I'll once I'm in the portal, I'll check it and I'll talk to Mr. Martinez.
No rush. Okay, all right. We'll have you sign a reset and good luck.
And I sent him a text, so Mr. Martinez should have my number.
Got it. Okay, thanks, Greg.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Fun.
Thanks.
See, I know I said this before a while ago. It's time to go to Judge Fleischer and get back to normal. See, we're in Judge Fleischer, and now, like, we were unstable and we were sad and everything before, and now it's like back. We're like back to normal right now. We got Judge Fleischer wrapping around us. That in the background is my son playing on a professional sports team.
Is it Ariola?
And he's trying very hard for me to be quiet.
Today,
but he just has to take a decision-making class. I'm gonna go to the jail with him and try to take that class if I can.
He's in custody now?
Yes, Judge.
You want to bring him here so we can do it here so you don't have to go to the jail?
I do that to well.
That way you just kind of sit the computer there? Of course not. Why? That's silly for you to have to go all the way to the
I don't
jail.
mind going to jail. The only problem is sometimes the connection
No,
is.
that's just,
He's tank. He gets
You can
sniped.
do it.
Yeah,
You want
of
tomorrow and
course.
I can, that would be.
Yeah. Anything to make it easy, you know? Of course. Okay, what is his name? Oh, Mr. Ford.
Ford, George Ford.
Hey, man, what's with the banging? What's with the banging? You know, the thing is that you're hungry, you're banging, you're using more energy. You're gonna make yourself more hangry. No? You, not, you're hangry, as they say, like my kid, my 2-year-old kid.
Make sure you read what Kelly wrote in Discord General about Veterans Day, guys. Everybody.
Yet he still won't eat. All right, Mr. Ford, let's see. Let's look at you up. Thanks. Okay, so Mr. Ford, you're charged with burglary of a motor vehicle. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine.
That's a good point. That's a good point. He has all that candy right there. Throw him a piece of candy.
It looks like you guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 180 days in jail, and there is credit for the 6 days that you've done. Is this true or is this untrue? Is this what you want to do? Okay. It also looks like you have a prior. Is it? I don't even know. Oh, you have a prior unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, right? It's for jurisdiction purposes. That's all it is. I mean, what the heck is this? Did you see the enhancement? I've never seen it like this before. It says, before the commission of the offense alleged above on May 29, 2014, in cause number 1956847, County Court at Law Number 1, the defendant was convicted of an offense under section 30.04 of the Texas Penal Code. I've never seen them just do a penal section instead, opposed to what the actual offense is. Have you seen that before?
I have not, Judge, but when I read it, I thought it was fine. I mean, it still lists that that is a section for BMV. So it gives the cause number, the date, the court. So just.
I've never seen it like that.
I've never
I
seen it
wonder why they
either.
did it like that. Is that sufficient?
I believe it is sufficient, Judge. It gives the penal code number, the clause number, the date, the court that it's in.
Let me make sure.
Wait, is Fozzie finally here? Because I'm pretty
This
sure
is a
he
big deal,
wasn't
Mr.
here
Ford, because you got.
when we started, right, guys? I know I said I wasn't going to do this, but I'm doing it. Was Fozzie late? Fozzie was late today, wasn't he?
I understand that you can only have a certain number of BMVs, burglary for motor vehicles. But the problem is that if you continue to do it, they can enhance you to a felony. And then you're looking at years instead of days. The more BMVs you have, when you hit a certain one, then it's a felony. It used to be 4. Is it now? I think it's now 3, right?
I believe so, Judge.
Let me make sure, because now with this one, this now makes 2. Your next one, you're looking at a serious felony. Well, I hope not, but you got to know what you're facing, because, forewarned is fair warned. You got to be on notice of it.
I'm aware.
Yeah. 30.04 is burglary of a motor vehicle. Right. Okay. So is it true that you had the prior BMV, right? Okay. So you're giving up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Ford. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, testify on your behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So remember, after today, you ever pick up another BMV, you're looking at a lot of time in prison. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to the offense of this case? Guilty or not guilty? I will find you guilty. I will send it to you the agreement. I'll roll your court costs so you won't owe anything. true to both enhancements, and good luck to Mr. Ford. We're gonna get you down quick so you can go eat, okay?
Just so that in open court, the defendant knows, there is a felony. The felony prosecutors are reviewing it to see if they're going to be dismissing it. He does have court up there in 3 days,
Okay,
and possibly dismissal, they're going to consider it.
is it another car case?
It's an evading with previous, Judge, evading on foot with previous, so.
See, same thing here. With the prior evading, the prior evading you had, now this new one, boom, you get hit with a felony charge. Same thing now with the B&B, you gotta watch out, okay? All right, good luck. All right, thank you, Antonio.
Okay, guys, we did it. We did it. Thank you so much for coming out today. I'm going to link Jay's obituary one more time for everybody so they can go and leave a comment, show some love. Jay, you'll be missed. You are missed, terribly missed. And then Fozzie, thank you. Stream starts when I push the button, so I'm never late. The fun starts when Fozzie arrives, but I'm thinking we had a lot of fun. Fozzie arrived today. I remember having a little bit of fun. Guys, go into Discord if you want to tell your story. We really want to hear the stories. Except for you, Micah. Too long. Can't read them all. Micah talks so long. Whew. I have to go cut someone for Micah today. Gonna learn today. Donald, it's Monday, so I expect you here around I'm gonna sleep for a little bit. 10, 9-ish, 9, 10 o'clock p.m. You should stop and grab some food for us on the way. I don't care what. Don't ask me what. Don't ask women what they want to eat. Just bring something. And don't listen, guys. This is a public service announcement for all you guys. Never send a text to your wife or your girlfriend. First, don't mix them up. Or even your children. Do you want McDonald's? Do you want donuts? Do you want tacos? No. Just get them and bring them home. They want the McDonald's, they want the tacos, they want the pizza, they want whatever you're going to get. Even if they don't know it, if you bring it to them and give it to them, they'll be happy. If you say to your wife, do you want me to stop by and pick up McDonald's or whatever on the way home? Automatically, she's going to say, no, you don't have to do that, because she doesn't want you to go through that trouble. She knows making one more stop on the way home from work is horrible. And she doesn't want to put you through that. So when you say to her, do you want me to get McDonald's on the way home? She's going to feel like she has to say no to that. Or she's going to say, oh, no, whatever you want, blah, blah, blah. Just stop and get it and bring it home. And then you'll be superhero. Donald, I do want to pick something up on the way here. Pizza, lasagna, carne asada. I have plenty of alcohol, but you can't have any. You can have water. If you want something to drink that's non-alcoholic, you better pick something up yourself, because all I have is water. I don't even think I would trust the milk. Nah, it's good enough for you. You could just come over. It's Monday night. No, Bobby, knock it off. Did you not just hear what I just said? Did you not just hear me? We want it. We want whatever you're getting. We want to eat some of it. Yes, escargot would be great. Would be great. You don't ask us what we want to eat. Why would you do that? Does it ever work? Do you ever say, hey, what do you want for dinner? And your wife says, oh, I want blank. No, never. It never happens. Stop and pick up whatever you're thinking of. Or roll a freaking dice. It doesn't matter. And then bring them home, whatever it is. And what if she's not hungry? Just, have you ever met us? We are always hungry. Even when we're not hungry, we're hungry. Plus, I'm a server. Nothing I eat is warm. Nothing I eat is hot. Every single meal I have is on my feet and ice cold. So it doesn't matter if they've already eaten and they're not hungry, they'll eat it later. You know, they can always pop it in the microwave. Listen, you guys can ask more questions if you want to, or you could just listen to me and stop asking. Just get it. Yeah, if you mix up your wife and your girlfriend, that's on you. Guys, so thank you so much for coming out. Tomorrow I have a really good one from Judge Reese. I think I only caught a little piece of it right before. Nope, nope. Delete that comment. Delete, 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 delete. Bye, bye, bye. Bad question. I just deleted Bobby's comment. See, that's what you have to do. Whenever you think that question in your head, you delete it. Don't ask her what she wants to eat. You're married to her. You know what she likes to eat. Oh, I know. Get her the first thing you guys ever ate together. Always do that. There. Okay? Yep. Go read Kelly's post. Go repost it wherever you want to post it. It's really good. Now I'm hungry. Damn. Why are we always hungry in this chat? Yes, it's on Discord. It's on Discord. Put pineapples on it. She won't care. She will not care. Aw. Have a great day. If anybody needs to talk, go into Discord. People are always talking in Discord. And thank you for coming out and listening to my son play Overwatch. He's being really good. He really is. That's fine too. Today was brunch, so we had breakfast pizzas with egg on it. They're so good. Oh my God. All right, I gotta stop because I don't want to eat anything right now. I want to go to bed soon. I'm going to do a stream in as soon as Judge Fleischer's court is over. I'm going to try to do a stream, and I'm saying it out loud, even though I'm not ready to force myself to do it. Now I have to do it because I told you guys I was going to do it. Love you, Lori. Bonjour, that means goodbye too, right? Does bonjour mean hello and goodbye? Hurry up. I'm going to say it anyways. I'm going to pretend it means goodbye too. Bonjour, Charlotte. I miss you. I will miss you until tomorrow. Yeah, he knows not to say the F word when I'm streaming. That's as far as I could get. He's still gonna scream and pound and yell, but he won't yell that word. You're welcome, I hunt you. Thank you for saying hi to everybody today. You're gonna have to take a nap after all that talking. Thank you for coming, I hunt you. All right, guys, behave. Let me find my outro. And today I'm going to turn off the camera first. There.
Got these lights that close digital dreams. Through the screen, her blue eyes gleam. Wicked humor, sharp as a knife. Her stream sparks electric light. Late night when the world sleeps. She's the friend that always keeps. Giggles roll like thunder loud. She stands out in any crowd. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her humor dark and twisted sharp. In a way, there's no alarm. Freedom tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Her eyes near a sky so blue. In her jokes, there's a truth so true. With each string, she brings the light. Turns dark days into bright. Kathy's laugh cuts through.
If you're still here, halfway through, at the beginning of the video, halfway through the video, I asked you to leave a comment on this channel's comment to somebody. Please still do that. please.
Eyes blue like a summer spoon. Her hue, a dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm. Streaming tales late into the night. Her laughter feels just right. Even when my world turns gray, with a giggle, she lights the way. Kathy's laugh cuts through the gloom. Eyes blue like a summer's bloom. Her hue, a dark and twisted charm. In a way, there's no alarm.